Good morning children, how are you all? Welcome. Today is our last class of our cultural studies, okay? And we have been doing the theme houses and homes, and we are just left with one page to do, that's all, okay? And that page is about koala bears. You all know what are koala bears? Yeah, it's a kind of a bear. From the name you understand it is a bear. Bears, generally we say that are they vegetarian or non-vegetarian, as in are they herbivores or are they carnivores? Herbivores are those which eat plants, yeah, and carnivores are those animals which will have meat or flesh of other animals also. And we have learned about omnivores, which will eat both plants as well as it will eat flesh of other animals. So there are herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Now coming to koala bears, what kind of an animal is a koala bear? Do you think it is a carnivorous animal or is it a very soft and humble kind of herbivorous animal, or is it an omnivore? What do you think? Okay, it is a herbivore. A koala bear is a herbivore. Herbivore means it eats only plants, and our koala bear is a special kind of a bear which will not eat any leaf it finds. No, it's not like that. You know, cows, they are herbivores, but they eat any kind of leaf that they get. Leaf or hay, anything they will eat. Goats are also like that, any kind of leaf. But koala bears are so fussy. They are fussy eaters. They want only one kind of leaf. Can you tell which leaf it will be? It's the eucalyptus leaf. Eucalyptus is a kind of a special tree from which you can get this eucalyptus oil. Sometimes you would have seen at home, if anybody's got a headache or somebody's got a muscle pain, okay, they will apply eucalyptus oil there or on their head so that they'll start feeling better after some time. Okay, now this oil is taken from the eucalyptus leaf only. It's a tall tree. From those leaves only they take this oil. Now our koala bear are such cute things who will always sit on top of the eucalyptus tree. Okay, where are they always sitting? On the tree only all the time. Okay, so maybe that is their habitat, sitting on the tree and almost always on the eucalyptus tree, because they will eat only eucalyptus leaves. Yes, yeah, some are like that when we eat food. Have you seen our Jenna bringing anything other than curd rice? Yeah, always curd rice only she'll bring. Curd and rice, that's all, nothing else. Yeah, like that. So she is one kind of a koala bear who will eat only one kind of food always. Maybe at home she is eating other things and all, idli and all. But for lunch, I have not seen her experimenting on any other kind, like a koala bear. Yeah. So these koala bears are herbivores and they will eat only the eucalyptus leaves, and they are mostly found only in Australia. Okay, Australia, there are these places called these woodlands where there are lots of trees. In that place only they will live. Okay, recently there was one forest fire which happened, and when that fire happened, a lot of koala bears were hurt in that, because nobody was there to protect when there was a forest fire. Forest fire happens when there's so much of heat on earth. It gets heated up that suddenly the trees which rub against each other, the dry leaves will suddenly catch a fire. Now these animals, they don't have any other home, right? This is their home, this is their shelter. But when the same forest is on fire, where will they go? So they don't know where to go, and some of them may get trapped in this fire. So it is a very sad thing that there are a lot of forest fires happening, and it is not very good, it's not a good news for koala bears. Okay, now in your book you will turn to the last page, which is page number 23, and there is a picture of koala bears sitting on eucalyptus trees. Okay, you can go ahead and color the koala bears. What color will you give for the koala bear? The very grey color. Okay, always you have to give grey color only for koala bears. And if you see a koala bear, very quickly you can find out they are only tiny, they are only this much only they will be. You know, like how you have your teddy bears at home, like that only. You can keep them on your hip like that. That much only they will be. Okay, and very distinctly you can see their ears will stand out like this. They have this funny furry ears, very shaggy skin, lot of fur on them. Okay, lot of that hair like things on the body, and a very funny nose they have, a long and funny black nose. Okay, generally not all animals will be like that, like this. Okay, and like I said before, bears are generally carnivorous. They will eat even fishes, right? Yes, the bears love to eat fishes, but this bear is a herbivore, and please remember the name. Try to read the name koala bear. Okay, koala bear. Koala bear is a herbivore, and a special kind of herbivore which eats only one kind of a leaf, which is the eucalyptus leaf. Now coming to this pattern where animals have their space to live. What did I talk about? What was the name that I told about this place that they live? Animals. The place that they live is called as their habitat. Yes. So this is their natural place. They love to go and be there. They are very shy. They don't want to come and meet us. So they are happy in that place. But we should be very careful and protect all these forests. Okay. More and more trouble will be given to them if we went into the forest, or we try to take off that land from the forest for building our roads or buildings. Remember when we had done this our environment, we had learned of afforestation, deforestation and all those things. Yes. So this is what the trouble we are giving for animals who have their natural habitat. We should stay in our place and let them be happy in their place. Now you would have seen that when we all go after school, if I told Deeksha, shall I come to your house? She will say no. She will say why? Because she thinks that's her space and she's very happy there. Not that she does not like me. She loves me. She likes me a lot. But for her, that is her place and this is everyone's place. Okay. So she doesn't want others to be there all the time in her house. That's the meaning of home. Home is a place where you are very happy sitting there with your family doing what you like. Okay, you will be lying down and listening to story. Here you don't sit down, you don't lie down here when you are listening to story, right? If I am reading out a story, will you all be lying down on the mat? Will you all be sitting on the lap and listening? No, you will be sitting on your sitting mat and sitting erect, right? Yes, but at home it's not like that. You can sit comfortably. Miss Juno is not going to come and tell you sit straight, is it not? Yes, so that is a place called home where you will be very comfortable, protected, and you will also be sheltered from the heat or the heat of the sun, the wind or the rain, okay, or even the mosquitoes and flies which disturb you, or other animals. Maybe there are people who are living in the huts near the forest. They badly need protection because sometimes the tigers can just walk into their place. Okay, so that is why they need to have houses. Got it? And home is a place where you are very comfortable. That's the difference between house and the home. Now talking about habitat, we just saw about koala bear which lives in Australia. Do you know any other animal which lives in the Australia alone as such, which is their habitat? In the woodland. Woodland is a place full of trees. Which is this animal? Can you tell me one more animal of Australia? Who jumps and goes? Who's that? The kangaroo. The kangaroos, they are always found only in Australia. You will not find them anywhere else. Okay, they have adjusted to the climate there. They are very happy there. Okay, so better nobody goes and disturbs them in their habitat. Nor is it, you will, I don't think, do we see, Ms. Soundarya, do we see kangaroos in the zoo? Are they there? I doubt, because they are not comfortable to come and live in places like this.
No.
So generally all the kangaroos will be only in Australia. Certain animals you cannot bring them into the zoo also because they are not at all happy in these places. Maybe it is too hot for them or it is too cold for them. Their place is their right choice. Okay, they will be there very happily. Okay, then yet another habitat that we can talk about is a desert. Okay, what's there in a desert? Can you tell me? What is there in a place like desert? Sand, just sand, and it will be very hot, right? I am talking about the sandy desert. Only sand will be there, and in the one of the lessons that we had learned, you find only cactus there growing, right? Cactus plants grow there. Yes, a thick stem, and it has spines on it. Is it not? Yes. These plants only will grow there. No big trees, nothing will grow. So can you tell me, in a place where it is very hot and there is only sand and there is only cactus as a plant which has pricky spines coming out, which no animals can eat also. In such places, what animals will be living? Can you tell me? What kind of animals will live there? Snakes. Yeah, because snakes doesn't want plants for eating. They don't eat plants. So snakes, viper snakes, rattlesnakes, all these snakes will be living. They'll easily slide in the sand and go. Then any other animals in the desert? Scorpions. Yes, they can bear the heat. Okay, so the scorpions, they will be hiding under the sand. Then there will be rats also. Some kind of rats also live there. And these snakes, they love to catch and eat of these rats. Okay, then what else have you seen in a place like a desert? Mostly you will find the reptile category. In the animal kingdom, remember we had learned one category called reptiles, which was snakes and lizards, Gila monsters. Yes, so you will find some different kinds of snakes. Then you might find monitor lizards, or you might find Gila monsters. These are all some kind of reptiles which will move on the floor. Okay, so these kind of animals only you will find in the desert. Camels also live in the desert, but not in the main desert. They are at the extreme end of the desert, because they need water for drinking, they need food for eating. That is why people are domesticating them and having them in their houses, so that they can use them for traveling, like how we can use horses for traveling. In the desert they use the camel for traveling, but the camel as such will not be in the middle of the desert. They will be almost by the end of the desert, where there is water for them. Okay, that water body, if you want to remember, it's called as an oasis. Okay, somewhere around the oasis where there is water and where there are plants and trees, there only you will find the camel. Okay, so this is a kind of habitat, a desert habitat. And we saw grasslands. We heard about grasslands. What are all there in the grasslands? Grasslands are places where there are tall grasses and some tall trees also will be there. Okay, but not very forest kind, not thick like forest. Tall grasses and tall leaves. So when I say tall, can you say one animal which is very tall? Which one? Giraffe. So giraffe lives in a grassland. Then zebras. We had been talking, zebras live in the grassland. Then what are the other animals that lives in the grassland? The rhinoceros. They all, because these grasses help them to go into hiding inside. The height of the grass will be so tall that when any animal is coming to attack them, they can hide inside the grasslands. Even lions and lions be living in the grasslands. They'll be trying to look out for these zebras, but the zebras are very tricky. They'll go and hide in between the grasses. Okay, so they'll be playing hide and seek, like how you all play after school. Okay, but this is not that kind of hide and seek. This is really, they're going to catch and eat the zebra. But zebras are also very smart. They know how to escape. Okay, so grassland is one kind of habitat. So we came to know that houses and homes are not only for us human beings. There are also houses and homes for animals. The houses are that we build for animals, which is kennel, stable, the barn, the coop. All these are the houses that we make for them. The natural home that they have is the forest or the grassland, the deserts. That is called as the habitat. Okay, will you all remember these names? Okay, now during the holidays, I want you all to take back all your culture books and go through it one by one. One book in a week, that is enough. I think you will have about 4-5 weeks left, so you can go through one book of this year and last year also. Okay, very important, particularly whatever you learnt in M2, Wonders in the Garden, Animal Kingdom, and then we have this our environment, and this terms houses and homes. Houses and homes you know anyway, so you leave that, learn the other things and all. Then going back to last year, My Neighborhood, Community Helpers, Underwater Creatures, all those books you go through it. Okay, it will be very enriching for you, and whenever you're watching somewhere or when you're going on a vacation, you come and see those places and all, you will be able to remember and recollect all that we had learned. Okay, so enjoy your holiday. I don't think we will meet again. This will be one of your last class for culture. Maybe I'll meet you for your maths and English class again. Okay, so enjoy your holidays, children. Catch you soon. Bye bye.